I don't talk about it often on this channel, but I love TTRPGs. Probably more than wargaming. I recently ended a almost 4-year Eberron campaign, and it was one of the greatest accomplishments in my life. Is that sad? Maybe. Counterpoint, be nice to me. It's 2025 as of this video, and D&D is in a bad spot. Hasbro is run by a C-suite dullard who's torching his own company in the interest of short-term profits and pleasing shareholders. D&D, which historically has never been a huge moneymaker until the mid-2010s, started doing gangbusters during COVID for obvious reasons. The execs at Hasbro and WotC just could not help themselves and tried to hyper-monetize the brand when they noticed. It didn't go well. That groundswell of new consumers evaporated when COVID winded down, leaving behind a jaded player base who no longer wanted to continue supporting the brand. D&D's newest edition is underperforming, and employees who weren't laid off en masse are jumping ship to join the game's competitors. They recently announced WotC is shifting D&D's focus towards licensing. They did the same thing with Power Rangers, and that meant shitty AI upscales of a 30-year-old show and nothing else. This is what D&D has to look forward to. If we're lucky, they might outsource future editions to other publishers who care about the game, not unlike how GW did for their RPGs, but there's no guarantee. It's bad. I could be depressed about all of this. I could look back on what felt like a golden age for the game, all the enthusiasm and excitement. I could lament how it was all sullied by corporate cynicism and incompetence. But to be honest, I kinda don't care anymore. And I'm free. I'm moving on from WotC's D&D, and I think maybe you should too, in whatever form that takes. This is not me being an obnoxious scold about how it's unethical to even play D&D. You know the type of person I'm talking about. I'm asking you to consider how much of D&D really needs D&D, the brand. The OGL scandal happened while I was still running my Eberron campaign. In response, I donated most of my books and never bought an official D&D product again. It had zero impact on the campaign, partly because I didn't need it. I knew most of the mechanics, anything I missed was online, and a lot of the stuff I was just making myself. But mostly because, other than Eberron, I've never really gelled with most of D&D as a brand. I don't like standard fantasy. I like weird, anachronistic stuff, which is why I fuck so hard with Eberron. And I'll note, Eberron wasn't even originally made by WotC. It was an adaptation of Keith Baker's original concept as part of a contest. The only other books I still have are my Eberron books and Kobold Press's third-party monster manuals, which are packed with all sorts of delightful, weird stuff. I hope I'm making my point here. To me, D&D is and has always been a vehicle for the stuff I like. I don't need a corporation's blessing to experience these things, nor do I want it. If I ever run D&D, quote-unquote, again, it will probably be Pathfinder's 2nd edition. But I also find 2nd edition quite a slog to make homebrew content for, so instead, like lots of other people lately, I've been enamored with Daggerheart. There's a lot of reasons why this game is blowing up, some of it timing, some of it synergy with Critical Role as a brand. To me, I think it does a very good job hitting the same sweet spot people have historically craved from D&D while still doing its own thing. This is a very nebulous, hard to explain opinion, but I don't know, just trust me, bro. For me as a DM, what I like about Daggerheart so much is it feels like this game is screaming at me to make content for it. Not just in mechanics, but physical stuff like cards. I've had an original fantasy stuck in my head for years, and this game has catalyzed a ton of work on it. I've even made some custom ancestry cards to match the feel and tone of the world. In a world where WotC wants D&D to be this inflexible, unmorphing thing designed to sell Funko Pops, we're seeing games like Daggerheart and Draw Steel inviting you to make it their own. That should be celebrated. That doesn't mean we should be uncritical of these publishers if they fuck it up. But for now, I'm letting myself enjoy this honeymoon phase. If you really do just want to play D&D, that's fine, I get it. I just ask that you cultivate and steward your D&D. Support third-party designers. Design your own stuff that's weird, abrasive, stuff you'd never see on a Target bookshelf. Be self-sufficient, especially in a time where credit card companies are censoring art. TTRPGs are a folk tradition, and that can't be taken from you or altered by a corporation. D&D is dead to me. Long live D&D.